This is a post-apocalyptic story about a world where 98% of the animals were wiped out by a fungal pandemic that led to a global conflict and famine. For food, humans now depend on crops and some become cannibals. So eating her out has a totally different meaning. And farmland is the most precious resource. A group of ragged Mayo people heavily armed enters a corn farm. The gang leader respectfully greets from afar, complimenting the farm and its corn. One gang member sneaks into one of the buildings and his double chin is cut. The leader asks if they can rest there as they are heading east. The group laughs in confusion when a whistle replies to them. Another one of their members in the barn is stabbed in the gut. In the cornfields, several members of the gang are being methodically and quietly wiped. The whistling instills fear, and some little girl shoots one. Soon, each gets yeeted into the afterlife. From the attic of the farmhouse, a gunwoman shoots 3 gang members, causing the remaining members to retreat to the cornfield for cover. Haile Freeman slices a skinny back man. Rain, the sharpshooter, locates the remaining gang member and notices Manny following the remaining gang member. Manny stabs the last one and removes the mask to reveal a woman. After this conflict, the farm crew gathers around Manny to discuss their triumph and brainstorm on the causes of the perimeter breach. Galen instructs the family on what to do. When they are leaving for their respective assignments, the bleeding woman begs, but Manny hesitantly shoots the girl out of necessity. Manny probably wanted to date her. At the dinner table, the Freeman family eat and discusses each assigned task. Manny is assigned to deliver the crops to the depot, and Haile warns him to be careful as the Whiteys are trying to steal their land. After a long montage of the family's daily activities, farming, botany, training, and perimeter checks, Haile learns over the radio that the Flemings did not make their routine call, and 3 farms are already gone. There is a looming danger that seems to attack the farmer's estate, and they were hoping that the Union, the current government, would intervene to protect the farmers, but just like our current government, they have ruined farmers' livelihoods. A young Manny stands in a barn looking at a dying horse when it suddenly stands up, startling the boy and waking Manny up from his dream. Listening to Taylor Swift while riding his ATV, he leaves the house to go to a facility where he can swap their goods for some moonshine. While listening to random channels on the AM radio, Augusta contacts Haile directly to inform her that the Flemings are dead, including the kids. The family was eaten by a large group of cannibals based on the inspection of the scouts. Galen is driving when he notices a flipped ATV similar to Manny's, which prompts him to inspect it. When he got back to the farm, he shares his discovery of a sealed bunker containing preserved spices. He also shows a lot of supplies that he got from his supply run. The youngest, Cookie, laughs because now they can have seasoned food. Galen and Haile converse regarding the horrible fate of the Flemings, and both start to worry about Manny still being out, knowing that cannibals are roaming around. Manny is swimming in a river when he sees a lady swimming, and I just know he had his first awakening. Motivated by his desires, he follows and tracks the Foyne lady to see a community full of children. Danis is reciting a rite of passage for a ceremony, and after that, the sisters dance around the large bonfire. Manny is back from his ATV run and gets reprimanded by Galen as they were worried about him. He argues with his parents, asking why they are not allowing other people to enter their farm and help, but Haile and Galen counter by telling him that it is dangerous. Young Manny is at a small party and listening to a prayer and gets introduced to his mother after a long time of not seeing each other. In the present, Manny turns off the electric fence that protects their house. He goes to the river where he saw the girl to stalk and draw her image. This man really thinking with his mushroom head. Lonely boy Manny is rubbing his joystick to the image that he drew since there are no more Sears underwear catalogs. When suddenly his mother barges into his room. Haile asks him to join his father and sister on a depot run to assist them. Danis, Galen, and Manny go to the depot. Danis separates the group to scout and notices blood dripping on the floor. When she looks up, she sees a bunch of bodies hanging upside down. The group sees the dead bodies when 2 men wearing soldier uniforms appear suddenly in front and 2 rednecks appear behind them. They claim that they are patrolling to protect the farm network. Galen asks if they are from Fleming's farm, to which the soldiers say yes. The trio shoots the 4 men as they are aware of what happened to the Flemings. Manny checks the bodies of the soldiers while Danis inspects the other rednecks. Since the writer needed more action, Danis drops her gun. Then a figure appears behind her, and he shoots Danis in the stomach. Manny and Galen rush Danis back into their house. She's in stable condition for now. Manny feels guilty for telling them to search the bodies as it endangered Danis. Haile calls Augusta to tell her that the trading depot is compromised, but Augusta does not reply on the radio. Manny relaxes outside when he hears a noise on the electric fence and sees the girl from the lake. Due to the threats looming around them, the family decides to delegate tasks to prepare for danger. After the discussion, Haile tells Manny that Dennis is safe because of him, so he needs to step up. At the barn, the girl is tied up, and Manny tends to her arm wound. Manny asks her what caused the wound, but she refuses to answer. Manny is trying to stitch the girl's wound, but he is not knowledgeable and hurts the woman. So he unties the girl to do the stitching because she is a nurse. At the dinner table, Haile gets mad at the family for taking the situation lightly because they are potentially in extreme danger. Afterwards, Haile goes to Dennis and tells her to wake up because there's chores to do. Then Manny goes to the girl to ask her if she knows anything about the recent raids. She wants to use the radio to contact her family, but Manny refuses, as it is for their protection. She tells Manny that her aunt told her to look for the Freeman farm because they're the only family that would help her. In the morning, Haile asks the girls where Manny is, and Rain says he's been going to the barn to jerk his chicken. While jamming to Selena Gomez, Dawn's dancing mesmerizes Manny. His look of enchantment turns to fear when he sees Haile and Galen entering the barn. Haile and Galen drag her out and lock Manny in the barn. Haile warns the girl, saying she finna be fertilizer if she doesn't answer truthfully. Terrified, she mentions that her name is Dawn, a nurse under the government. Her group was attacked by rough-looking personnel, and she found the farm because her aunt, Augusta Taylor, told her about the farm. Augusta Taylor. A flashback starts when Haile tries to start her broken-down car in the middle of the road. A woman, Augusta, decides to help her. They bond so hard that Augusta hits on Haile.
You a nasty old little white woman.
Augusta and Haile go to the farm to look for Manny. They see young Manny at the barn holding a gun to protect himself. Back to the present, Manny runs towards the radio to contact Augusta about Dawn and asks for help as his mother might kill Dawn. A signal lights up on the radio to tell that somebody's listening to Augusta's radio, but nobody answers. Manny requests that Haile go to Augusta to check on her situation, but she declines because it will cut their numbers in half. She trusts that Augusta can protect herself because she was a Marine. Lover boy Manny fights to protect Dawn, but Haile distrusts her. Manny says Haile is too busy distrusting everyone that they're keeping everyone out. He decides to take Dawn away on his ATV, and Haile follows them, even if it is a trap. They go to Dawn's deserted campsite. Meanwhile, Cookie and Galen witness one of their cameras actively lose connection, making Galen rush to the location. The electric fence Manny disables often. Haile scouts Augusta's camp, which leads her to a house with dead human bodies stockpiled inside barrels. While scouting a bus, Dawn confesses to Manny that she was instructed to lure them here and split their manpower. The cannibals are holding Dawn's aunt hostage, plus a couple more people. Suddenly, a silhouette appears behind Manny. I knew that hoe was trifling. At Augusta's house, Haile checks Augusta's radio when a man attacks her. The man chokes her until she loses consciousness. Galen at the farm sees damage to their fence and sees the head of a deer, which is impossible since they haven't seen deer in a long time. A man knocks out Galen with a baseball bat, and the deer head was just a guy using his hat as distraction. A huge number of men enter the breach. The camera starts to turn off, and Rain goes to her sniping position, seeing a group of men in the distance. Galen wakes up to his hand being nailed to the ground when one of the cannibals munches on his unseasoned arm. He uses the nail on his hand to stab and end two of the hillbilly cannibals. Haile wakes up tied and sees her old friend Augusta. Augusta and Haile, both imprisoned, discuss Dawn, and Augusta feels happy to hear that Manny is protecting her. Augusta tells her that there are children hidden in the shed. The leader of the cannibals talks to Haile about how hard it was to lure them out. The cannibals then kill Augusta in front of Haile to prepare food for their people. Rain fends off the cannibals by shooting a lot of them, but they also have guns and are firing back. Galen tells her to abandon her location and go to the booth. Elsewhere, Manny and Dawn are on the bus with starved teenagers eating scraps that Manny brought. She confesses that she did it to protect her family, so he says he'll go save her aunt. Meanwhile, the cannibals rush toward the house while Rain shoots at them. Eventually, they enter the house. A bald cannibal tries to use his belt to tie Haile's legs, but she manages to choke him using her thunder thighs. When the leader of the cannibals enters, Haile manages to pick up the gun and shoots the old hoe. When Haile mourns Augusta, the door suddenly opens, but it's just Manny. Galen enters the basement through their tunnels when Rain tells him that Dennis is hiding in the closet. He prepares his weapon to go to Dennis. Galen walks out of the basement and tells Rain to close the shutters and turn off lights. Galen shoots the cannibals in the dark, defeating them with ease. He tells Rain to turn the lights on again. When Dawn meets with Haile and Manny, Dawn learns that Augusta is dead. They group up to go back to the farm. Galen carries Dennis back into the basement and then passes out as he is wounded. Whilst Manny leads them to a shortcut that he passed through before, 2 remaining cannibals are in the house, spilling gasoline. Rain is worried they will burn the house, so Galen tells her to let them in. While walking on the fields, Haile's crew gets ambushed, and some of the kids are shot. Haile lures the shooter away and commands Manny to go to the basement. At the house, Rain opens the door and allows the cannibals to enter. Haile continues to fight the cannibals on the field and gets shot in the leg. Meanwhile, one of the cannibals places his machete on Dennis's head, keeping her hostage. The female cannibal enters the armory. The female cannibal is excited when she sees spices, so she can now use cumin on her human. Distracted by this, Galen shoots the female, and Dennis stabs the male. Rain then double taps the male to end him. Rain rushes towards the injured Galen to take care of him. Outside, Manny and the children fight their way towards the farm. The door opens up, which startles Rain, but she sees Manny with Dawn and the children. Rain confronts Manny about these new people, while Dawn sutures Galen's wounds. Manny goes out to search for her mother. Haile runs away from the attackers, but she gets surrounded inside the barn. She uses her knife-wielding skills to fight a group, and she kills a lot of those mother effers. She's stabbed in the back, and as she's about to get macheted, Manny shoots the man. Haile checks with Manny about the status of their family. Relieved to hear that they are safe, she passes out. Much later, Manny is planting and harvesting corn. Everyone, including the new family members, are working together. Haile, still injured, walks down the stairs to join the family at their dinner table. The family prays before eating. Haile smiles as she sees everyone happily eating. This was a nice change of pace from the typical Tubi movies. Very much enjoyed this one, and y'all should watch it. What did you guys think?
Hey, if you like this video, make sure you subscribe now and turn on the notification because YouTube isn't recommending my videos. And if you'd like to watch more foolishness, click here or here.